You may have heard him on the radio, or maybe you've met him working as a clown at some poor kid's birthday party. This is the continuing story of one man's quest to save the world from its own beholery. His name is Marconi, and this is the Bologna Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Marconi Bologna Podcast.
This is the first one, really.
I haven't even introduced you yet.
Why is your cat meowing?
She wants to be petted.
I'm allergic to cats. Why did I agree to do this?
Well, anyway, hi, my name is Marconi, and my guest today is George McManklemon. He's a longtime friend of mine.
We're not really friends. We just keep talking to each other.
Do you have to be, couldn't you just accept that let's just be friends, it's fine.
Whatever.
Well, George and I are here doing this podcast, and he is the guest on the Bologna Podcast.
What is your baloney?
Well, it's kind of like whatever I want it to be.
You mean BS?
Sure.
Stupidity?
Yeah.
A dumping ground for the internet?
Yeah, just whatever I want. It's my podcast. I can do what I want.
Okay, well, why am I here?
Well, I asked you here because we haven't, had you on in a long time, and on the radio, you're always in the background, so I just thought maybe people would get to know you and maybe even love you.
I don't want people to love me.
You're one of those. Everybody wants to be loved, George. Seriously.
Well, I don't know, but I just did want to say that podcasting is stupid and nobody's listening.
I disagree. I think that it's a fun medium, and it gives us the freedom to kind of do whatever we want. And people that like what I do on the radio.
There are people that like what you do on the radio?
Apparently there are. I keep finding myself in a job.
Anybody can be on the radio. God.
That's kind of true, actually. But to what I'm saying, George, is whatever thing that I keep doing, I'm continuously employed.
Way to pronounce words, by the way.
See, this is very frustrating because George is very critical of everything I do, and so he makes me second-guess myself sometimes.
I have a lot of power over you. You're really just a weak man.
So I invited George here because he's such a positive and upbeat influence in my life.
Was that sarcasm? Because I detected a note of sarcastic maneuvering on your part.
Maybe. But George, the thing is, I was wondering, I do a podcast with Nick.
Oh, yeah, the pants-free podcast. You're not wearing pants now, are you?
I don't really want to answer that.
Why are you in your underwear and I'm at your house? This is weird.
Look, I like to be comfortable when I do my podcast.
Your cat is annoying me.
Everything annoys you.
Whatever. Get on with it.
Okay. Who's hosting this now? Me or you?
Well, I just thought maybe two people that are listening might be interested in moving on.
Well, stop worrying about them and relax. You're a guest. You're not the producer of this podcast.
Well, I should be. It'd be a lot better if I was producing it.
Probably true.
Find Marconi on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, Tumblr, and you get the idea. Just search Marconi Bologna. Get lost in his K-hole.
Before we get started, could I get a drink or something?
You mean like a drink?
No, alcoholic ass. I'm coffee.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, just have the girl bring it over.
There's no girl, George. We're in my house.
Who's that girl that's in there?
Never. That's privacy.
Whatever. Fine. I'll get it myself.
He just got up and left.
No, don't get up. I'm fine.
Okay. So the purpose of this podcast will just be whatever we want it to be. I'll have guests in here, and hopefully...
Do you have any sugar?
No, I don't have sugar in the house. It's a bad thing for a former fat ass to have.
Former fat ass?
All right, whatever. So anyway, the purpose of the podcast, we're just going to have some guests on occasionally, like George, and just, chat it up and get to know them a little bit. So I hope you enjoy that.
Do you have any cream?
Well, I have soy milk.
What the hell are you, a hippie or something?
Just if you don't want it, don't drink it.
Some hospitality this podcast has.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so George is over there getting his own coffee, and but I just wanted to thank you for listening. It's really cool to have you here.
Okay, I guess I'm ready.
Great. Well,
Ugh, this coffee tastes awful. Soy milk, more like soy puke. Am I right? Why are you drinking your coffee with your pinky sticking out?
it just happens. I don't know what to do. It just happens.
Weirdo. Are you some kind of fancy ass or something with a tea set?
So, George, you've worked with me a lot of years, and some people have remembered you from your radio days when you actually did a radio show.
I don't remember that. I'm an old man.
Well, I mean, you certainly, I mean, you were on in Portland.
Yeah, nobody wakes up early on Sunday mornings to listen to me. It's almost like your radio show.
Oh, yeah. Well, but what do you think about the state of the world today?
I think people are just getting stupider. Like you, for instance. I mean, you've always been dumb, but man.
There's really no reason to continuously insult me. I mean, I didn't invite you on the podcast, not to be ridiculed, but to kind of let people get to know you a little
Well,
bit.
you asked me about the society, and it made me think how dumb you are.
I mean, for instance, George, what is your take on social media?
It's stupid. I mean, why do I need to know if a girl is sick? Or see a million of her pictures she posts to the internet. Or Sunday Fun Day. No one f***ing cares.
Oh, okay.
And Twitter, what the hell is Pound FF?
That's a Follow Friday.
Why would I want to follow anybody on Friday? I don't want to follow them any other day of the week.
Fair enough.
And Facebook, do I have to f***ing say happy birthday to people every day? Oh, my God.
Well, it's just being nice, George. It's a nice thing. Don't you like people telling you happy birthday?
I'm an old ass, of course.
Oh, George, are you okay? Buddy.
I'm fine.
What are you looking at now?
Your Facebook news feed.
Oh, I don't even go on there.
I can see why. This guy Derek says, it's a St. Anger kind of day. I mean, who the says that? Everybody knows Metallica sucks.
George, come on. I mean, they're that's an opinion.
Well, don't you think so?
I like Metallica. St. Anger may not be their best album, but I don't hate it.
Well, your opinion sucks.
All right. Now, you like late night television, right?
Oh, yeah, the talk shows. Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah, you auditioned to be the announcer on that show.
Yeah, the bastard turned me down. He hires every other friend he has except for me.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. I hope you're not bitter.
Screw Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, come on. Jimmy's a great guy. He always comes on the podcast.
Well, I don't care.
Well, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, there's a Jimmy I like. Handsome, funny.
Very true. And he just did a bit with NBC nightly news anchor Brian Williams.
Oh, yeah?
It's Bri White doing the Warren G song, Regulate. Take a look.
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the eve so I could get some funk ruling in my ride, chilling all along. Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a car full of girls. Ain't no need to tweak on you skirts. No, it's up with 213.
He's horrible at rapping.
Well, I mean, that was clips put together by Jimmy Fallon's show.
I mean, he can't even flow.
Here's another one from the other night.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a clip of NBC News anchor Brian Williams, edited to make it look like he's performing the Snoop Dogg classic, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing.
1, 2, 3 up to the 4th. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. Ain't nothing but a G thing. A, B, 2, woked out G. So we're praised. C, death row is the label that pays me. So just shield to the next episode.
Brian Williams is the whitest man alive.
That's why it's funny, because they made him rap to just clips on TV.
But he can't rap, though.
George, we know.
Yo, Coney.
Yeah?
Drop me a funky-ass beat.
Okay.
Falling back on that ass like a hellified gangster lean. Getting funky on the mic like an old batch of collard green. It's the capital S-O-yes, the fresh and double O-P-D, double G-Y, double D-G, you see?
Great job, George. George McManklemon.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. For more, go to marconibologna.com. Join us again next time for another episode of the Bologna Podcast.